So coming to your seat, finding that place where you're arriving in this moment, perhaps beginning to sense the space around you. And we draw our awareness inward, but at the same time as we're doing that, we're becoming much more deeply aware of everything that's around us. It's sort of paradoxical in that way. It's a feeling thing. It's not a place you can think yourself into. So perhaps closing your eyes, if that feels safe for you, and beginning to sense the inner space, the physical form, perhaps the breath moving in and out through your body. Maybe the breath moves in and out through your nose. Yes, let's continue with that. Let's bring that air, that breath in and out through the nose. Mm. Perhaps adding that littlest pause at the top of your inhale, at the bottom of your exhale. Allowing yourself to luxuriate in the breath, to really feel it as it moves in the body, to notice the sensations, right? The sensation of the air as it passes through your nose or your mouth, the temperature of the air on your skin. And we're still arriving here. So, really giving yourself several breaths with which to settle in and relax. So, if you need to adjust your seat a little or bring your shoulders back a little, or you're still finding that comfortable place, you give yourself permission for that. That's okay. With each of those inhales, we get the sense that we're pulling back slightly, like, like we're leaning back or surrendering back into something that's like holding you, almost like a giant pillow, or if you trust someone to hold you, like someone holding you, where you can just surrender into that place of being held. Breathe. And those inhales draw you backwards. And those exhales, it's like sinking down, 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 down into the earth, down to a deeper, more grounded, kind of perceived place. Notice as you exhale, is there anywhere that you're holding on to tension? Can you let it go? And the inhales draw you into this moment. The exhales completely surrender you. Body, the muscles, the breath, the gaze. Take a moment and just feel yourself here. And notice if you're holding any tension, and let the next several breaths, especially those exhales, begin to give you permission to loosen up around those areas. You might even let that sound out as a sigh as you exhale. And once you've settled in, once you've found your seat, you found that comfortable relatively comfortable position, we're going to work with anywhere in the body that you might be feeling a little tension, some pain or discomfort. We're going to learn to stay and bring light into that area. So for me today, I noticed a little tightness in my kind of low middle back. Why don't you just take a moment and you see where you feel a little tension in your body, any at all. It could be minor if you don't. If you feel loose, great. If you feel open, great. But maybe there's somewhere in your body that you're holding just the littlest bit of tension. Maybe in your face, your neck, your shoulders, or your hips. Wherever it is, begin to tune into that area. So as if you were gazing or watching that area. And as your gaze goes there, your breath will begin to move there as well. So bringing your breath into this area as if the breath itself were moving, as if this area was its own little, little lung. So your gaze is on this area, your breath is in this area, and we're just feeling in this place, giving permission for it to be as it is without trying to change it. And you might have some commentary about what this might be about, this feeling or sensation. You can know that it's there, but don't engage it. Don't let yourself get wrapped up in the thought processes around the sensation. Rather, take a breath and come back again and again and again to just the feeling. So if the mind goes, take a breath, focus on the space. It might take you again away. Take a breath when you catch yourself and come back to the space. We're learning to return again and again to something that we may not want to put our attention in, but that would benefit greatly from it. The breath is there, your attention is there, and begin to bring this idea of light there. So you're not forcing anything, you're just getting the sense. If you're visual, you might start to imagine a light in this area. If you're not visual, excuse me, if you're not visual, then just get the sense that you're bringing light in. Or you could even say to yourself, I invite light in here. And we're going to continue like this for the next several minutes, inviting light into this area, returning your awareness back to it again and again, and noticing if it begins to shift or change as you do this, but without trying to force it. Giving yourself a good minute here to breathe light and awareness into this space, and noticing what happens over time without trying to change or force anything. this kind of compassionate presence, offering light, is like a form of forgiveness. It's permission to see past whatever you thought might be the cause of this, to just embrace it wholeheartedly without judgment, and to give yourself permission to be compassionate with yourself. In essence, you're forgiving yourself. You're giving ahead of time. You're acknowledging the light that dwells within you and that is always accessible to you. And you just need to call on it. Breathe a little longer. This is the kind of exercise you could do just a little bit every day, especially if you're recovering from an injury, or if you have a sickness, or if you just have an ache or a pain. Just bring this compassionate, life-giving light, breath, awareness, healing, a healing presence. I'll give you another minute in silence here. And I'll join you in breathing into this sensation. Yes. Yes. Giving yourself permission, or rather an invitation, to come back to this again and again over the next days, or anytime you're feeling a little bit challenged or in pain or in struggle, whether that's physical or even emotional, to be able to stay with it, with your breath, to bring your presence, your compassion, to bring light quite literally into it as a healing force. It's a gift you give yourself, and it's a gift I'm grateful to share with you. And ask you to return now. Begin to come back to the space, perhaps pressing down your thighs or your legs, or rubbing your hands together, just to ground yourself back here as you slowly, slowly sip the light with your eyes as you open them. Returning to the space and to your day. If you need a stretch, I'm going to take a stretch this morning. Oh, and I bring my hands to my heart to honor you, to honor us, to honor this journey we take together. I am so grateful. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for your willingness to heal, to be compassionate towards yourself, to forgive yourself, and to learn to love yourself again. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.